asking the question to myself or to the universe, how can I release these feelings of anger or tension, of resentment towards certain people? How can I release them constructively? And doing some active research and stuff, I'm finding all kinds of suggestions about writing letters and, you know, saying exactly how you feel about a person, say exactly how pathetic they were, exactly how ignorant, how stupid, how actually, you know, retarded, how aggressive or arrogant, how silly they are, how foolish you think they were, whatever. And destroying the letter afterward, maybe burning it or whatever, which is a good idea, I think. I love to write, and so I could definitely do this. But I don't really even feel like wasting that much time writing. I don't feel like wasting a whole pen's worth of ink writing about these people. I don't feel like wasting the pages of my brand new 3-subject wide rule book on these people. I'm going to just do what I love best right now, what I've come to love best, and that is record it and send the shit out on the internet. Yeah, that's what I'm going to do. Bingo. Thanks, universe. And so there's this guy a couple of months ago who kind of is the reason we are where we are at this present moment. This guy, at our weakest, most vulnerable, most desperate point of our lives, practically, came into the situation, and he came disguised as help. Of course, when I said that, being desperate, being vulnerable, you kind of manifest certain things that you really don't want. You kind of are not specific in the visions that you want, because anything is better at the present, at that moment, than what you have or what you're getting. So I guess we manifested this guy, I don't know, because of our emotions. But it was what it was. He came along and he knew our situation. We gave him a lot of information about our situation, and he came with the premise, or the pretense, I should say, of help. Come to find out, this douchebag was nothing but a swindler. That's what this guy was, a charlatan, a con artist. This guy not only lied to us about so many things, he used us, he tricked us, he tried to rob us. I mean, indirectly, he tried to rob us. And thankfully, that's one thing I love about the universe. That's one thing I love about my Creator, is that when he knows you have a good heart and you're moving from a higher consciousness, he's going to reveal some things to you that, you know, people are going to wonder, wow, how did they know that? How did they find this out? But your intuition is going to tell you to do certain things. It's going to tell you to ask questions. It's going to tell you to look into certain areas. And this is exactly what happened. We found out the truth about this guy. And I wish to never see him again in life, because it's people like him that you read about on the front page of the newspaper, like, and people like, oh, how could they do that to that poor man? When little did they know, this poor man was a crook. This poor man was a criminal. This poor man should be behind bars. Thankfully, you know, we're above and beyond that guy. Then there are people, like even before him, people who are closest to you, blood relatives, family, people who you respect, people who are older than you, have more experience than you, who you look up to, who you think have knowledge and wisdom. Then you realize these people really operate from a really disconnected, low spiritual level. They're practically dead inside spiritually. And some of the things that they do that let you know who they're choosing to be would surprise most people. Some of the things they do are unforgivable to some, unconceivable to some, because when you have family members, your family is supposed to be those who care about you the most. That group of people who you are sure of on this earth have your back when the strangers around you don't. Not so with these people I'm talking about. These people are low. They move in an immature, low fashion. They are, petty. They're arrogant. They have no humility whatsoever. They feel like they know it all. And the people who respect them and love them the most are the people who they would smush into the ground, but they would give all of their pearls to the swine, because that's the people, I guess, who are more like them in spirit or in attitude. I don't understand it. Some people are so hurt, man, that they just only can hurt people. They only know how to hurt people because they live a life of hurt, a life of anguish, a life of misery. I would call these people sick. And I hope one day they recover from their illness, because it's got to be hard to live your entire life like that, man. Life is supposed to be about peace, about joy, about comfort. Living from, the kingdom of heaven being inside you. Whatever. These people, they don't even know what heaven is. These people feel like heaven is some Garden of Eden that's, a mystical Garden of Eden that's floating above space somewhere that, they don't even feel like on this earth you're supposed to be happy. I don't get it. I don't really want much to do with these kind of people. And the things that they do to the people I love, to not only to me, but to the people I love, the way they treat people is very poor. And it's nothing that God would approve of. It's nothing that even their own mother and father would approve of if they were still alive. So I'm just saying, I just got to get this shit off my chest, because I feel like I'm going to just blow a fuse. I want to move from a higher level. I want to be more forgiving. I want to be able to not have these things floating around in my head and, giving me this extra weight on my chest. I want to be able to let these things go and let them go for good. Then there are people in my past who actually maybe were jealous of me, who actually hated the way, I guess, the things other people did to help me. And because I was not a most privileged child, I grew up, of course I had a good childhood, thanks to my grandma, thanks to people like my uncles and stuff who helped me so much. But when it comes to pain, I know pain, man. Gosh, I know pain. I know pain, okay? I don't understand why people would then turn around knowing the situation that I was in, that I came from, and still hate me and choose to kind of want to see me suffer as my own flesh and blood. These are the same disconnected, sick people that I'm talking about, the low-life people out there, the scum who try to judge other people when in fact they are, wow. If I say it, I don't even want to say it, because things I have in my head to say, I'm trying to move above that kind of level, but they know what I want to say. But I'm saying it, I'm gonna make it as precise as I possibly could, though. Everything in life happens for a reason, and that reason is a lesson. It teaches you a lesson, and I'm so grateful and happy that I've learned this lesson, that I've learned the lessons that I've learned about these people, these truths. Because had I not seen them for what they really were, for what they're really choosing to be, I would still be glossing over shit. I would still be sugarcoating shit. I would still be giving these people the benefit of the doubt, and I would still be like a freaking piece of bait. I would still be, lying around letting them do the shit to me over and over again, and that's not gonna happen. That's not gonna happen. This is why I talk about being discreet. I'm not gonna give my whole heart and express all my information to someone who is not on a spiritual higher level of awakening. I would not do that, because when you do that, the people who are like that, all they can do is take advantage of it. They're not going to use that information for good. What good? What do they know about good? It's always for their gain. It's always out of greed, out of their pain. They just, man, I want to live a life of peace and joy, and so I'm not going to let anyone come in and deter me from that and take me away from what I want in life. Then there are people who have absolutely no hand whatsoever in helping the life that they helped, that they created, that they, some people who just step back and said, well, okay, they're man and woman now, or they want to get married now, or they want to say they're 18 now, or whatever. So let them be a woman, let them be a man. Like, as if no one helped them in their life. Like, when I say I know pain, like I know what it is to go 5 and 6 years without going out on a date, like with my own husband. Like I know what it feels like to say not have a new pair of shoes for like 6 months to a year, or to like, I know what it feels like to sacrifice the things that other people who are so spoiled have no idea how to, because I have lived that life, because I have chosen to live that life for the betterment of my little ones, for the betterment of my family. So no one can judge me for what I do. No one can judge me for what I choose to do, because I don't really go around judging people. I judge you based on what you give me to judge you by, based on how you treat me. And I don't use that judgment against you. I would stay away from you. But, I don't go around slandering people and then hurting people in retaliation and in revenge. But, once again, all I want to say is to all of the people, all of the haters, all of the jackasses, all of the douchebags, all of the freaking assholes, the morons, the whores out there, the frenemies, all of the people who negatively impacted my life, or who at one point I may have felt like negatively impacted my life. I want to say thanks, because if it wasn't for you, I would not be on the path that I'm on right now. I would not be where I am today. I would not have the knowledge that I have at this very time. And for those who actually helped me in some way, in any way, the smallest, least way, who've been there to say, have my back, or who've, any kind of contribution, any kind of gift, any kind of advice, any kind of just a hug, whatever it may have been, to anyone who know that they helped in some way, thanks to you also, because without you, I would not have been where I am today. And the people who have done so, who have helped me, they know exactly who they are. And the people who haven't, they also know exactly who they are. And really and truly, I wish to you, those who have not helped me, those who have only tried to hurt me, I wish that one day you come to your senses. I wish that one day you have a true awakening in your consciousness. I wish that one day you see the truths in yourself that I've seen in you. And I want to say thanks, because, God has always been with me. God has never said, given up on me. God has never went on vacation and said, okay, call me back next week. No, He does not sleep. He does not even blink, in fact. So when I feel like I have been hurt or could not have been any lower, was the time He was actually making transformations in my life. And so to Him is who I'm really, really ultimately thankful to. That's who I'm really thankful to. And we're all in this together, but some people don't see that. And I just want for all of us to see that, man. I want so bad for family to actually care about each other, because who else is going to care if you don't care about your own flesh and blood, man? Like, you're so busy and caught up in this crazy, chaotic, disconnected, elusive world that you lose focus on what's really important. Love is what's really important. What's in here is what's really important. Not all the dumb emotions that you let carry you, like a freaking tornado that just whirls you around. 1 minute you're here, next minute you're like freaking pissed off, the next minute you don't care, the next minute, oh, you want to call and apologize, then the next minute you cuss me like a dog. Like, I don't have time for it. Like, whenever you do decide to come around, kudos, congratulations, bravo. But until then, I'm going to be doing me. I'm going to be doing what I need to be doing to keep myself and my children my family on a higher level. It's nothing that we're going to be celebrating, I can tell you that. Because I'm a type person, like, you know, I could forgive, but I can't easily forget. Like most people, I can't easily forget. And some of the things that have happened in the past, I don't understand it. I don't understand it, and I don't think I will. But, you know, one thing I am grateful for too is like all of the great teachings and stuff like that I read. There's a blog, a deliberate blog by Melody Fletcher, on deliberate receiving and like manifesting, laws of attraction, all of that kind of stuff. And that blog has helped me so much. So I really want to say to you, Melody, thank you for all of the wonderful stuff that you put out, all of the beautiful articles, the way that you express yourself in those articles, the way that you express the points of the principles of the laws of attraction, like, you know, and this type of stuff I really want to attract is good vibes, man. Like, you know, that's why I'm releasing this shit today. I'm not holding this up forever, and eventually I'm going to take the video down, but in the meantime, it's going to stay up until I feel satisfied with the length of time it's been there. That's what I got to say today. So with that being said, I'll be back next time with the next video, a great video. This time it's going to be an upbeat video. It's not going to be no anger and no, you know, sweating and like, you know, I'm going to be, you know, moving from a better standpoint, from a more positive level, like I usually do. But today, like I said, I really want to just release all that toxic shit, the toxic sludge out of my system. So, bye-bye. Until then.